Life has cheat codes. Too bad I found them 30 years late. It took 30 plus years, two existential crises, a quarter-life breakdown, and an unintentional fall into productivity YouTube to finally get it. I wasted 30 years chasing things that didn't matter much. Ever feel like life handed you the instruction manual, but in a language you don't speak? You're not alone. And now, I'm giving you the cheat codes so you don't have to be an idiot like I was. So if you're sick of reliving the same day 10,000 times and pretending it's life, hold up. I'm going to save you 30 years in just 10 minutes. Here are 8 crucial things I learned over the years that I'm telling you all. Busy isn't something to be proud of. It's probably just terrible time management pretending to be something more glamorous. They told us time is money, and I've lost money and time, and believe me, attention is not so easy to reclaim. Everyone else hoards their money like dragons, but share their attention like lollipops at a dentist conference. The average human is saturated with 10,000 plus distractions on a daily basis. Emails, notifications. That one friend who sends bro without follow-up. And every time you get distracted, it takes 23 minutes to refocus your brain. That's not productivity, that's digital whiplash. This is the 30-year epiphany. If you don't manage your attention, someone else will be profiting from it. Turn notifications off. Schedule focus blocks. Use the Pomodoro technique that is 25 minutes of intense work, 5 minutes of guilt-free scroll memes. Apps like Forest or Freedom can actually block distractions. Make your phone as exciting as a dishwasher manual. What's the purpose? When you manage your attention, you manage your life. You stop responding. You begin to create. And then, your day doesn't seem to get controlled by TikTok and group messages. Humans aren't short on time. They just don't know the heck what to do with it. You're not lazy. You're lost. You wake up and look at your phone, hoping it informs you of your purpose for the day. Spoiler, it doesn't. Without direction, your brain will default to ease. Netflix, snacks, and pointless online shopping. If you need a solution, then do this exercise. Write down 3 things. First up, what gets you moving? Secondly, what sucks the energy out of you? And last but not the least, what are you doing out of fear, not passion? Now cut one fear task this week. Just one. You'll feel lighter than a balloon with commitment issues. Bonus trick. Use the one-word filter. Choose one word that your ideal life would look like if it were a word, like freedom, impact, or simplicity. Then ask yourself, does what I'm doing support this word? You don't need a 10-year plan. You need a compass. Clarity gives you the power to say no to the wrong, and that opens up room for the right to come into your life. Waiting for motivation is waiting for a unicorn to appear and tell you to get it together. Ain't gonna happen. We all adore motivation, up until the point it flakes like a terrible Tinder date. Motivation is emotional startup energy, but it runs out fast. Discipline? That's the dull but dependable friend who turns up even on a pouring rainy day, and you're a potato. To overcome this, blame the 2-minute rule. If something feels hard, commit to doing just 2 minutes of it. 2 minutes of journaling, 2 minutes of reading, 2 minutes of stretching your stress-ridden body. Why it works? It lowers the resistance, and 2 minutes often becomes 20 without even noticing. Also, identity-based habits. Instead of saying, I want to write, say, I'm the kind of person who writes even when it's messy. What's the benefit? When discipline becomes your default, your future self stops hating your present self. You'll go from procrastinator to progress maker, even if your morning routine still involves arguing with the snooze button. Goals are nice, and until life hits you in the face and your 90-day plan succumbs on day 3. The problem is, most people chase outcomes such as, I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to make $10,000 a month. Good story. But then, when things get difficult, your brain checks out because it is outcome-oriented, not process-oriented. The solution? Switch to systems. Don't say, I'll write a book. Say, I'll write 500 words on weekdays. Don't say, I'll be rich. Say, I'll pitch 3 clients every day. Systems make success automatic. And here's a kicker. Your environment is a system. If your workspace looks like a junk drawer and your phone is a dopamine casino, good luck being productive. Goals need willpower. Systems need consistency, and consistency always wins. You can't always be a people pleaser and a purpose chaser. We're not tired, we're just stuffed with everyone else's calendar. You agree to do things you secretly don't like. You text back just because the dots appeared. You owe them an "I can't." That guilt? It's rubbing off on your future. Practice Boundarology 101. That is saying, "Thanks for considering me, but I'm fully booked these days. Let me get back to you on that." Think about it for a second. No, you don't have to write a paragraph. You're not Netflix canceling a series. And please stop being available 24/7. Establish do not disturb hours, even for your mom. She'll be okay. When you begin letting the right people down, you no longer let yourself down. And that trade, always worth it. Stack tiny wins, not giant breakthroughs. Your life will not change overnight. It will change in 100 little ones you didn't notice. Everyone is waiting for a big breakthrough. But the reality? Breakthroughs are simply concrete evidence of invisible habits. Your life today? It's the accumulation of everything you did on autopilot when no one was watching. Pay attention to keystone habits, the habits that trigger other habits. Rise and shine equals more time, more peace. Exercise equals improved mood, improved sleep. Reading equals improved thinking, improved conversations. Monitor your successes with a habit tracker, a journal, or even a sticker chart. Hey, if it's good enough for kids, why not grown-ups? Celebrate progress, not perfection. Did you complete 80% of your habit this week? Great. That's still an A- in life. The payoff? When you begin to accumulate wins, you begin to create momentum. And momentum trumps motivation, laziness, and self-doubt all at once. It's not that life is short, it's that most of us spend it checking other people's highlight reels. Major problem we encounter. The average person scrolls 7 years of their life away. That's not poetic. That's real. You say you don't have time, but you just spent 22 minutes on a video about a cat playing the saxophone. Here's a solution. Use this equation. If I do this daily for 5 years, who will I become? Start choosing long-term peace over short-term pleasure. Build a life OS, a weekly planning system that includes 3 priorities, 3 habits, and 1 discomfort zone challenge. And every Sunday, ask yourself, am I proud of how I spent my energy this week? If the answer's no, good, that's awareness. Now fix it. Benefit, you get 1 shot at this life. Don't spend it watching other people live theirs. Your brain isn't doing many things simultaneously, it's task switching and crying on the inside. Multitasking is the art of doing a multitude of things, badly, all at once. Multitasking is always lauded in our hyper-connected world as a means of accomplishing things quicker. However, experiments indicate that attempting to accomplish numerous things at once will lead to decreased productivity and more errors. Our brains are not wired to handle multiple complex activities simultaneously, and shifting between them actually slows down overall productivity. Prioritize things. Work on one thing at a time, spending its undivided attention before switching to the next. Time blocking. Set specific time for doing different things during your day. Remove distractions, switch off unnecessary notifications, and make a work environment that fosters focus. By focusing on one task at a time, you make better work, minimize stress, and do work better. Each time you agree to the wrong thing, a future you stifle screams into a pillow. Saying yes to everything is a fast road to burnout. Most people struggle with establishing boundaries, many of them committing to doing things that they are not realistically capable of doing. This may result in overcommitting, stress, and decreased quality in work and life. Screen through commitments prior to committing to new projects or activities. Ask yourself whether they are consistent with your goals and capability. Learn the skill of saying no. Learn how to say no politely without guilt. Establish strong boundaries. Let other people know what your boundaries are in order to manage expectations properly. With the power of no, you can concentrate on what really matters, which will result in higher satisfaction and productivity. In case your brain skipped halfway, here's the Netflix recap version. Let's turn back the clock 30 years in 60 seconds. You're not lazy, your systems are broken. You don't need more motivation, you need less resistance. Time is not your enemy, Distraction is. Discipline is not sexy, but it's potential versus regret. The Pomodoro technique beats better than any productivity software. Instilling identity-based habits? That's the key to becoming the person who doesn't need motivation, period. And no, multitasking does not make you a genius. It makes you slower. No is a superpower. Use it before yes to burnout. Bottom line, you've got one life. Stop watching it on autoplay and start editing the script. Even tiny habits, compounded each day, make you unrecognizably better in a year. Now take what it took 30 plus years to know and begin implementing today, because 10 minutes only does if it alters the next 10 years. You've just been taught 30 years of learned knowledge in less than 10 minutes. Now what? You can shut this tab and swipe TikTok for 90 minutes. Or you can do the uncomfortable thing. Implement one strategy today, one single one. Say I'm done drifting if you're done drifting. And click that subscribe button if you're ready for more wake-up calls with a dash of sarcasm and Stickman wisdom. Because the next 30 years, they're not coming back. But they can be the greatest of your life if you move today.